servant of his wife, you know. Whatever she says, he's kind of obeying to his wife. But the wife is kind of a lazy and stubborn personality, so she doesn't work, she doesn't do anything. So this Pundalik and his wife staying in their parents' house. But the parents doing all the job. Imagine your son and
His wife.
bride is in the home, but they don't do anything. You know, the mother providing, the father providing. They are doing all the cleanings, all the works and everything. But Pundalik and his wife do nothing. And it was such a pressure for the mother and the father. They said, it's too much for us. We are old. We cannot handle this. Let's leave. Let's go to Kashi. Because it is said that if you die in Kashi, liberation, moksha. So they said, let's go to Kashi. But let's not say to them, you know. But somehow their bride heard about it. And they say, she said to Pundalik, if they go, how can we sustain ourselves? How can we clean the house? How can we do the meals and the food and everything, you know? We cannot leave them to go. But they were like, we are going. And the wife said, okay, we go also. So they joined to the pilgrimage to Kashi. But imagine, the mother and father were walking. Pundalik and his wife was on the horse. Such a cruelty. Whenever they do the camping...
They're carrying everything.
Huh?
They're also carrying everything.
Yes, they were also carrying everything. Whenever there was a camp, whenever they are doing the camp, the mother doing the food and the father arranging the camp area, they were just waiting them to finish everything. There was such a cruelty, and the mother and father thinking, oh my God, we had such a terrible decision, you know, that it is worse than the before. So when they were going to Kashi, there was one stop. The ashram of Rishi Kukut Muni. And when they were staying there, Pundalik was approached to the Rishi and asked, do you know where is Kashi, you know? He wanted to know how far they were. And she said, I don't know where the Kashi is. And Pundalik was thinking, oh my God, this is a false Rishi. This Rishi must not be real. He doesn't know about the Kashi. How can this is possible? So he was contemplating in that way. And it was during the night, they were doing the camping, and Pundalik couldn't sleep, so he was observing around, and somehow he noticed two Matajis, two women, coming from the riverside, and they were like, had a white robe, but it was dirty, and they came to the ashram, they did all the cleaning in the ashram, all the service and the seva, and after they finished the service, they entered one of the room of, they entered the room of the Rishi. When they leave the room, they were like gorgeous saris and the jewelries and the, you know, everything. Clean and makeup, everything. And Pundalik was, what's going on here? You know, it's such an interesting scene. He was like kind of confused what was going on. And they were staying there a few days, so Pundalik said, okay, I will observe again tomorrow night if I can see anything. So tomorrow night, same thing. And Pundalik was getting, what's going on here? You know, it's not logical, what's going on here? So third day he said, okay, I will ask her. So he got his courage and approached to three ladies after they leave the room of Rishi. And when Pundalik asked, who are you? They said, we are Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati Devi. They are the goddess of the river, the holy rivers. And they said, you know, people bathe in our rivers and we accumulate their karma. And when we accumulate their karma, we do our service to the Rishi. With that service, we clean all the karmas of the people. Then the karmas are finished. And one of them turned and said, but you, Pundalik, you act terrible to your parents. You will never get liberation. They said, and they left. Then Pundalik, you know, like he felt in his heart, and he observed all his life, and he saw what he did to his parents, and he was like, oh my God, I did really terrible. And he was like, I need to change. Somehow he found the courage to approach the Rishi again and said, you know, I experienced this, what can I do? And Rishi said, just serve to your parents. Whatever realization I had, I acquired just by service to my parents. I did nothing else. Just I serve my parents. And after that, Pundalik said, okay, I will change. I will do service to my parents. So after this event, he completely changed. Even the wife was like, okay, what's going on here? But wife has to obey to the husband. Normally in the Hindu tradition, it's like that.
That has to be.
Yes. So she was a loyal wife, and she obeyed to him. Pundalik started serving to his parents constantly, all the time. So one day, now I'm going to the other part of the story. Narada was with Krishna in Dwarka, and they were talking. And Krishna said, when I was a child, I was so naughty. I did terrible things to my family, I act terribly to them. I make so much troubles to them. And Krishna said, you know what? If there is one person who is good to their parents, who's royal and dedicated to their parents, I just want to give the liberation. And Narada said, you know what? I know just one person like that. It is called Pundalik. And Krishna said, but I cannot live like that here, I am the king of Dwarka. I have responsibilities. And Narada said, you know what? Maybe we can do something about it. And Narada turned himself to a Radha, a beautiful Radha, the Krishna's girlfriend from childhood times. And they were in the room of Rukmini Ma. So Lakshmi Ma.
The wife of Krishna.
Wife of Krishna. Imagine when you enter your room, your husband with another Mataji.
Old girlfriend.
Oh, too much trouble. Rukmini entered the room. He saw Radha on the lap of Krishna, and oh my God, Rukmini lost her mind. She left angrily. How Mataji is. She left angrily, and she was expecting Krishna to come to her. Somehow the Leela goes like that. Rukmini was close to Panduranga, where Pundalik is. So Krishna said, okay, I need to go after her, So Krishna went after her, but after he reached to Rukmini, he said, okay, I can sense my devotees around here, I can feel him. So Krishna just approached the Pundalik house because he knows where his devotee is. And he knocked the door. And Krishna said, I am the Lord of Dwarka. Krishna, I am here. Please open the door. And Pundalik said, Prabhuji, I cannot leave my service to my parents. Can you please wait for me? And he threw a brick to Krishna because it was raining and he wanted that he doesn't step on the mud. He threw the brick to Krishna, and Krishna stayed on the brick. Vitthala means the one who stays on the brick.
Stands on the brick.
Stands on the brick. So Krishna waited him standing on the brick. And Pundalik, after he finished his service to his parents, he just approached the door open and said, Bhagavan, please forgive me. I couldn't leave my service, but Vitthala was so happy, so joyful, standing like that. And Vitthalji said, tell me whatever you want. I will grant this. And Pundalik was so happy to see him and said, Bhagavan, you look so beautiful in this form. Can you stand like that forever? He said, Tatastu, like so be it.
Stay here with us.
And he manifested himself, like Svayambhu, self-manifested. The Murti in Panduranga, it's not carved by someone. It is self-manifested. Krishna, God can do everything. So he manifested himself in that form. If he is God, he can do everything. So he manifested himself, Svayambhu. And the one we worship in Panduranga, it is this one, self-manifested. And this Padukas comes from that temple. So it's a big blessing. We are having him in our house right now. So there are a few qualities of Bhagavan Vitthala. So he's the most merciful one.
Yeah.
So in this story, Pundalik didn't praise Krishna. He didn't do anything. He just served his parents. But Vitthalji is so merciful and he cannot resist when there is a bhakti and devotion, and he comes to the Pundalik. This is the difference between the other gods. For other gods, you have to approach them, you have to do the big tapasyas, you know, like, it's really intense, it's really hard. But for Vitthala, if you have love, you can have nothing, you know, like you have nothing. No fame, no glory, you know, big tapasya, you have nothing. But if you just have simple
no quality.
devotion, simple love in your heart, Vitthala will come to you. And today, Vitthala come to us from Panduranga. We didn't go to Panduranga.
He came all the
He
way.
came to us.
And that's very typical him.
This is so typical. This is so
Typical Vitthala.
And Vittala's another meaning. It's from Tukaram. Tukaram says the one who accepts innocent people who are devoid of knowledge. So if you don't have a knowledge, if you have nothing, but if you are innocent in your heart, Vitthala will come to you. It's inevitable.
So that when Guruji gave you the murt, what he said this is the Hindu
Which one?
Christ.
Indian Christ.
Indian Christ.
So yes, Indian Jesus. He was like, because they didn't know about the Vitthala, and Guruji didn't want to explain all the story. You know, like he was like, okay, just take it, it's Indian Jesus. Funny, like he didn't want to tell all the story like in that moment.
Years ago.
Yeah, years ago. So that's the story.
Yeah.
Thank
Last
you.
year I was there in Germany.
And thank you for bringing to us. I
I was
mean,
there. I did not actually when he was writing. I did not expect that Guruji and this devotee of Guruji. I don't know from where he got number, but he said if Istanbul can be a place where we can stay, it will be good. So I was